This is Ice-T,
Stone Cold Steve Austin, and
Matty Ice.
This is a cold call.
I convinced NFL teams to turn to cold water washing with Tide.
the NFL. Your uniforms get dirty.
Tide can handle it, even in cold. Plus, if fans join in, they can save up to $150 on their energy bill.
looks like you just made the team, rookie.
Turn to cold with Tide.
And that's the bottom line.
It's got to be Tide. Energy savings based on average when switching from hot to cold and non-HE machines.
And now, AT&T solves another small business problem you never thought you'd have. Trees. Trees that get knocked down during storms and fall across power lines, shutting down your power, which shuts down your internet and your entire business. Get internet that works in a power outage with internet backup and AT&T Internet for Business. To know more, call 855-288-5595. Limited availability in select areas.
Good evening. How are you, Chad? Welcome to twitch.tv/Tesla. Tonight, Tesla has allowed me to use her channel. We're going to do a little cooking. We're going to do a little cooking. We're going to attempt to do a little cooking. Hopefully it turns out good. Hopefully there's no big fires. But, you know, we'll do what we can.
This isn't The Sims. It'll be fine.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, shoot. Hello, Deborah. How are you tonight? Simhead, how are you? Good to see y'all. We'll give a few more minutes for, well, maybe not minutes, but we'll give a little time for people to come in, and then we'll get started. Tonight we're going to be doing biscuits and gravy, Southern style, and just everybody know right off the hand, I am not a professional. Okay? A lot of what you're going to see is techniques that I've either picked up on from watching other people or come up with myself. Any questions you might have, I'll answer best of my ability. Just get them in chat and Tesla will pass them on to me. Okay, well.
Let me know if he's too loud.
Like I said, tonight, biscuits and gravy. You can buy sausage gravy.
Wait a minute. We're still on the intro screen. Wait a minute.
Get it together, babe.
I am not together. It's 2 nightmare days for this.
You did good, though. We're up and running. And...
Okay.
All right, now we're on the page. Okay. You can actually buy sausage gravy in a can. And it's okay. It's okay.
It's not terrible.
No, it's not even that high on the scale, okay? It's okay. And you can get Southern home style biscuits in a can. Okay? And they're not bad. They're not bad either. Okay? I might even say they're not terrible. But they're not bad. Alright? The problem is there are things that are much better. A lot better. Tonight, we're going to find them. So, as far as store-bought canned biscuits, trash can. As far as store-bought sausage gravy, out of here. Done with that. Let's go for it scratch. What do you say?
Don't be scratching yourself while you cook.
I washed my hands before I came in here. I've only scratched a few times, so it'll be okay. Don't worry about it. All right. Now, let's start out with a list of ingredients. We need a total of 3 cups of all-purpose or plain flour, about 375 grams of it, okay? I'm saying 3 cups because 2 cups are initial for the biscuit, and you need 1 cup to flour your rolling surface and such. 1 tablespoon of baking powder, approximately 14.4 grams. 1 teaspoon of salt, which is about 5.69 grams. 1 tablespoon of white sugar, which is about 12.56 grams. 1/3 cup of shortening, about 63.6 grams. 1/3 cup of milk, and tonight we're going to make these buttermilk biscuits. So I'm going to use 1/3 cup of buttermilk, which is about 183.75 milliliters. And then my little secret ingredient. Not many people do put an egg in their biscuits, but I do. It adds a little flavor to it for me, and also it helps it rise a little bit better. But in any case, shall we get started?
Well, before we get started, I want to say cheers,
Cheers. Okay.
clink, and scrolling across the bottom of the screen are the ingredients for the biscuits. When we get to the gravy portion, we'll have that also. We also have the written ingredients in American and UK in both of our Discord pages. And I think you don't have to go through any hoops to get here. That's, we don't have weirdos yet. So in case you're interested, then we're going to put this on my YouTube channel. That's not the gaming channel, but my other one. So you'll be able to see the entire VOD and the pause and all that kind of stuff. Replay if you want to know that. So we'll talk about it more again. But sit back and enjoy. Grab you a bottle of wine, and hopefully we don't burn the house down.
Hopefully.
Take it.
That's a goal right there. It's a goal. All right, before I get started mixing everything, I'm going to preheat my oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. And that's going to be about 220 Celsius or 200 fan if you do convection. And it is preheating. Very good. Okay. As I said, we got 3 cups of flour total, but only 2 cups in the bowl for mixing right now. And to that 2 cups of flour, I'm going to add a tablespoon of baking powder. Use my handy dandy scraper here. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of white sugar. Okay. Now, what I like to do, whisk those ingredients together. And a little shake every once in a while. Just whisk them together. So it's good and combined. Basically, until everything is just one color. And that'll probably do it. Alright. Now, next thing I need is 1/3 cup of shortening. That here. So we'll pop it in. I use a shortening that is butter flavored, and it comes in a stick, and the stick, thank goodness, has the markings on it for how much butter or how much shortening you need. Now, you got your choice of tools to do our next part. We're going to cut in the shortening into the flour. You can use a regular pastry cutter. You can use a fork if you want to use a fork. I have a pastry cutter and I enjoy using it, so I'm going to use it. Basically, all we do is just keep smashing in on the shortening until we end up with a crumbly, resembles a coarse crumble. We're getting close. Still see yellow though. I'm gonna keep mixing. That's one of the reasons why I like that butter. Of course, the other reason is the butter flavor. How can you beat butter flavor? All right. So we've got a mix that we want. Now, some people say that you do this until it resembles Biscuit. Don't like Biscuit. Take your Biscuit. Once you learn how to do this, you can throw that Biscuit away. All right. Now, that's all our dry ingredients. Next thing's coming in is our wet ingredients. There's 3/4 cup of buttermilk and an egg. We'll mix those together before I put them in the pan. Being careful not to get shells in there. I didn't. Rinse a little bit of egg off my fingers. Better on my fingers than my face, huh? Alright. And all I want to do is just mix this up enough to break the yolk of the egg. Buttermilk, it's a little harder to tell. Just take a scoop up every once in a while. You can see the yellow coming out now in the buttermilk. Okay, that should do it. Now, I'm going to make a little trough in the middle. And I'm going to pour, not all, but some of the buttermilk into that trough. And I'm going to start stirring. And stir, and stir. Basically what we're trying to do is get it all moistened and make it form a ball. Looks like just the initial stirring that it's going to take every bit of the buttermilk I had. If I need more, I'll reach in the fridge and get more. But just keep stirring. I like to just stir it in a circle. See, it's starting to bunch up some. Have too much buttermilk, just keep stirring. I like kind of pat down on it a little bit too. See, just about all that dry is gone. Just about a flame there, getting vigorous. Alright. I can tell this is turning out a little bit too dry. I like to turn it out a little more moist than that. Go and get me just a little more buttermilk. Just a little bit. And see how that does for me. Again, start that from the center. You see, oh man, that helped a lot. Now, you want to stir this until the dough pulls away from the bowl. A lot easier with this stainless steel bowl too. As you can see now, I've got a dough. It's pretty moist, but that's okay because we're going to knead in some flour and get it to the consistency that we want. All right. Put this buttermilk away. Okay. All right. I do have one more liquid ingredient. This was not listed in your biscuit recipe ingredients or in the directions because this isn't for the cooking. This is for the cook. Oh, that's pretty good. But who am I fooling? Much better. Woo! Okay. the cook could be getting fried. You never know. All right, let's set our bowl out of the way. And now we want to get our extra cup of flour that we held out that I forgot to get out first. So give me just a second. And I will get us a cup of flour. Now, I got a nice clean surface here that I cleaned earlier. Yes, I cleaned it. And what I want to do is flour this surface to turn my dough out. Sprinkle a little flour on there. And now you're going to get a little messy because you need to flour your hands also so the dough doesn't stick to your hands. Okay? So I just kind of stir my hands around in it, wipe my hands a little bit. Again, I don't look professional to do it this way. This is the way I do it. And had nary a complaint from Tesla. Nope, no complaints? Okay. All right. Got my hands coated real nice. Since my hands are already coated, and I got this down here, I'm going to be using a rolling pin when I roll this out. So I'm going to go ahead and prep that rolling pin by putting a little flour on it. Now,
Another small business problem you never thought you'd have.
excuse me. All right. Get back with my bowl, with my dough ball, and I'm just going to roll that dough ball out onto that flour. Get all of that I can. You see right now, it still sticks to my finger quite a bit, but you're going to see here in just a minute, it will stop. Okay, got my bowl out of the way. I'm going to take a little bit of this flour, sprinkle on the top. And just start kneading my dough. That's fine.
Perfect.
Now, I'm noticing when I'm kneading this really quickly, you notice the dough, for the most part, is not getting on my fingers. Okay? That tells me we kneaded it enough. Over kneading, I've heard some people say, oh my gosh, don't over knead it. Well, I don't think you can. But that's just, again, my unprofessional opinion. All right.
Biscuit, not bread.
That's right. This is biscuit. All right. Everybody with me so far? Now.
Shiv said, yeah, you're making cookies.
Oh, okay, we'll see. We'll see. All right. Now, it's just fun to play with, okay? I'm sorry. All right, let me get this out of the way. I'm going to use my roller. And I'm going to roll this out. Both ways. Start from the middle and work out. Now, the way I roll this, a lot of people don't do it this way. It's just something I've come up with that I think makes it a little better. I roll it out very thin. Very thin. See that? Huh? Oh, she is trying to trap me on stream. Going there. I'm just going there. Already trapped me. Okay, yeah, that's. No, you didn't trap me. All right, roll it out nice and thin, and you're thinking to yourself, is that really going to make nice thick biscuits? Well, yeah, because that's just step number one. Now I'm going to take this and fold it in like this. Kind of pinch the edges together a little bit, but again, form a ball. But I don't want to press on it too much. I want those layers to remain in there. Those layers that I made by fold. Okay, now I can do this again, and I could have lots of little layers in there, or I could roll it out now. And I think I will just roll it out now. Before I do that, make sure my flour is underneath it so it doesn't stick to my counter too bad. Make sure those edges are pinched. This fits so good. Part of the nice making biscuits, playing with the dough. All right, now, when I cut these, I'm going to be cutting them with a 2 3/4 inch biscuit cutter. Now, how thin I'm going to roll it is probably about 1/2 to 3/4 the depth of my cutter. Now, if you don't have a biscuit cutter, not a big deal. You can take a thin-walled tumbler, kind of flour it a little bit so it doesn't stick to it, just like I'm flouring the cutter here. And you can use a tumbler or a small glass or something like that. Just make sure you put some flour on it first so it doesn't stick. Now we're going to roll this back out, starting in the middle, the way I do it, and go to the edges. And this time I'm going a little bit slower with my roll because I want to keep those layers that I created. Don't go there, girl. Thought you were supposed to help me. All right, you see, I got about halfway now, okay? But we're not going to get a bunch of biscuits out of this. But then again, Tesla and I can't eat a bunch of, well, we can eat a bunch of biscuits. We really can, but we really shouldn't. So anyway, I start on an edge, and I cut straight down, okay? And there's my first biscuit. Brush or blow off the excess flour and put it on the pan. All right. Now, when I say cut straight down, if you turn as you cut, what's going to happen is you're going to seal the ends of that biscuit, and it won't rise and give you those layers that we worked on by rolling it out thin first. Okay. So we just go straight down. And we're to a point now where I don't have much left. Sorry about that. All right.
Camera work looks bad.
Sorry. Didn't mean to. All right. Now, what we do with the rest of this is we throw this at Tesla for being such a pain back there. No, we don't. That wouldn't be right. Anyway, get it back into a ball, and we're going to repeat the process we just did a while ago. I'm looking at my oven. We're on preheat still. It should be pretty quick, though. All right. Now, I'm going to roll this out thin again. Flour underneath it everywhere. Starting from the middle, going to the edges. I need a new roller. I would love to have a new roller. All right, the same folds that I did a while ago. Maybe brush some of that flour off of there. Except this time, that's enough. I don't need to make that next fold. Pinch those edges together. And let's get that little ball back. Go. Now we'll roll this out again to cutting height. It looks like we're going to get a couple more biscuits out of here. That sound means that the oven is ready for these biscuits. Brushing off the extra flour. Put them on there. I might be able to get one more biscuit out of this. Won't be as large as the others, but that's okay.
That one's good for honey. Dip it in.
Yeah, there you go. That's an excellent idea. Take that smaller biscuit and dip it in honey, or mix you up some honey and butter. It's Spread it on that. Oh, Lord. That would be good. All right, now this time, this is just going to be without the layers. But as you can see, we're already wide as it go and as tall as it can go. And that'll just be our little ugly duckling there. All right. That oven is preheated now to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. 220 Celsius or 200 pan, your choice. Let's get these things out of our way. And let's pop our biscuits into the oven. Middle rack. Put them in the oven. We only have 2 cameras, but then I want to set my timer for 10 minutes. At that temperature, that should be all it takes. While they're cooking, baking, I should say, clean up just a little bit, because I'm going to need this space again. There we go.
Make sure to get.
You gotta make sure what? What are you saying back there?
You clean it all up.
Oh. Well, thank you. All right, let me wash my hands. Sorry if that makes some people have the urge to visit the tutorial, but gotta get that flour off my hands. All right, dry my hands now. And make some gravy.
You're supposed to be setting up the cooling rack to go for the brown sausage. It's that whole area that you said I didn't have to worry about.
Okay. Yeah, the bowl and everything for the sausage is here. And I can do a little more cleanup over here. I'm thinking I'll go ahead and put the frying pan on here.
You see what overhead lights do to the screen? If they're bad to film with, Smackers.
Okay. All right, so now I need to go ahead and turn this burner on. You want to bring this burner up to a medium-high heat and bring it up slowly, if you can control that. And we are going to brown our sausage. The sausage I'm using, the brand doesn't matter, but it's a premium pork sausage, just a regular pork sausage. You can get this with different heat, you know. This one's mild, there's hot, there's, oh my God, why did I eat that? But you can get it in any heat you want. Now, breakfast sausage down here in the South, breakfast sausage is usually ground pork with spices added into it. Spices like sage and salt and pepper, of course. Some marjoram. Some people put brown sugar. I don't like it in mine. Some crushed red pepper and some ground cloves. And I'm just telling you all that so you'll have an idea of what spices are in this sausage and what taste you're looking for. Okay. Now, I also have my handy dandy temperature sensor. Let's check temperature of the, we're only up at 126 degrees right now. We need to let that get hotter. I'm going to put that in when it's about 300 degrees. Right now I need to get a knife and cut open that sausage to be ready to put it in the pan. So, here's my knife. And here's cutting the sausage. Be careful when you're using a knife. I keep mine pretty short. I know it's not in camera view. That's because I'm being careful using my knife. Okay, cutting open the package. Gotta go with the flow, babe, okay? Do you? Should I hook that up for you? You got it? Okay. That'll be good. All right. Now, we're going to, like I said, we're going to brown our sausage before we make our gravy because we want to use as much of that sausage grease in our roux for the gravy as we can. In the ingredients, I've got listed 3 tablespoons of sausage grease. A lot of times, especially with the sausage that I'm buying, it's lean enough that that's not enough. So you can use shortening or butter to bring that up to a level that you need. And I'll show you in just a minute, once our pan gets warmed up, how you can tell if you need that extra shortening or butter. So anyway, let's check our pan temperature again. Not going too fast. Oh, that's because I got it on 1 burner. You know, if I went dual burner, I bet you that sucker would get a lot hotter, a lot quicker. Up to 200 degrees now. That's a little better. Let's, I'm going to take a peek at our biscuits, see how they're doing. Oh, they're rising nicely. Got about 4 minutes left on the biscuits. I did find an ingredient that I haven't put in yet. Okay, this one, this ingredient here I haven't put in yet, so it's this one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so let's get rid of this ingredient. Never. Ooh. Never would I burn the house down. Yes, ma'am.
Remind me to put an addendum, especially when I put this on YouTube, that you were the one that typed up the ingredients.
Why? Is it all misspelled? Oops. Oops. Okay, I never have claimed to be a good speller. You want a good speller? I can tell you about an 8th grade spelling champion. Okay? I know an 8th grade spelling champion. I actually met him. I was in all, 8th grade. I never would have thought he'd be down there. Come on. But he did it. He did it. I'm so proud of him. Okay, what we got for pan temperature here? I gotta watch my pan temperature. Can you see the red dots in there when I'm doing this? Yeah. We're up to about 3. Well, it changed on me. I went to the outside of the thing. About 340 now. We're going to let it get a little hotter so the outsides are hot also. Then we're going to throw our sausage in there and let it cook. Matter of fact, let's just do it now. You can put it in the cold pan if you want to. Doesn't matter. So, I just like to wait. I like to hear the sizzle. Can you hear it? Okay. If you can't hear it, it sounds like... How's that? You like the sound effects, babe? That was great. Okay, a little sausage on my fingers, so I'm gonna wash that off. How the biscuits looking? Says they got a minute left. Oh, good googly moogly. Dang, she said. Dang, she said. All right, I'm gonna just break up this sausage a little bit as it's browning, because I want it to be very small chunks of meat in my gravy. And I want it to be completely brown. So just bear with me for a bit, because it will take a few minutes for this to brown. Okay. All right. Okay. You start seeing there's a little bit of grease in the pan, but not much at all. Not much. All right. Ooh, that timer is timing down for those biscuits to come out. I don't think they're quite ready yet, but we'll take a peek at them. What I want to do now is find a knife. And I like to keep a knife handy and scrape off the raw sausage from here. Kind of help with contamination and such. Okay, now, let's see, I'm going to open the oven just a little bit. Oh, they are looking so good. I will leave those in maybe another couple of minutes. So I'll adjust my timer. And now let's break up this sausage a little more. You see, we're starting to get a little bit of grease, but like I said, this Jimmy Dean sausage, yeah, I just said I wasn't going to say that. But yeah, this sausage that I'm using, it's kind of lean, even though it is pork, and it doesn't give me a whole lot of grease.
Yeah,
But,
already did.
oh, who did?
Yeah.
Deborah? That's because Deborah's so smart. Okay. Anyway, I'm still breaking it up, but as I'm breaking it up, you'll notice I'm getting more and more grease in the pan, which is good because we're going to need that for our recipe, for our gravy, baby. What?
Residual Chaos is now hosting my
Oh,
stream
cool.
with 15
Hey, thanks for coming
viewers.
in, Residual Chaos, and bringing all your folks. Thank you so much. Oh, y'all missed the biscuit part, but you will not miss the unveiling of the biscuits.
It was her birthday.
Cookies area
Oh,
Catherine
was it?
feed is
Happy
now following.
birthday. Happy birthday. I wish I could send you some biscuits and gravy for your birthday. Ah, okay. We're almost to the point of taking those biscuits out of the oven. And you notice I like to play with my meat while I'm cooking
Oh
it.
my God.
I'm talking about the sausage. God, where's your mind? All right. Come over here and get my brand new nip. And let's take a peek at these biscuits now. Oh, they're so close. We're going to give them another minute. Sometimes it takes a little more time. It's probably the buttermilk that's making a difference in my time here. Ah, all right, even more grease now.
Chaos said that you're making a great Christmas breakfast.
Am I?
And Strawberry Rich said someone from the South thinks that the gravy makes it to me.
Well, good. I'm glad. Y'all see how happy it makes Tess, okay? She gets a hold of this sausage gravy and biscuits, and the whole time it's like, And I ask her, is it okay? I don't know, I better try some more, she says. Okay, yeah. All right, now look, when you start getting this much grease in the pan, you got to slow down a little bit. If you get a little too vigorous with it, some of that grease might come out of that pan, and if it gets on the heating surface, oh, there's a little bit, but that won't matter. That little bit won't matter. If it gets on the heating surface, it could cause a fire, you know, and you don't want that. Okay, not really. No fire. We're okay. All right. That was the buzzer for the biscuits. I'm going to take them out now. Ready or not, here they come.
You love fire. You love fire.
Ooh, taking the biscuits out.
Tolish is now following.
What do you think, babe?
Button.
Who followed? College, thank you. They love fire.
Scoop it. Yeah. Oh, some of them look really good.
Some of them look really good. Now, should I turn it around this way so you don't see the deformed one on the end?
Yeah, yeah.
Is that better? Is that better? But you notice how the layers that I made on the biscuit?
Oh, yeah, I love that.
All right, let's get back over here so we don't burn this. We want it brown, not black. It's wait, oh. We're gonna end up with hardly any.
There we go. Now we can see it all.
We're gonna end up with hardly any gravy from the, or any grease off of this sausage. But that's one of the reasons why I like this particular sausage. It's a little more lean. And if it's not, I don't want to know, because it makes me feel good that I'm doing something about my figure. I've been watching my figure, unfortunately. It's getting easier to see. And that's not a good thing. All right. No more fires, I promise. All right. You see some browning on here. We'll go a little bit more. I can turn the oven off now. We're done with that. All right. Now what I need to do, drain off what little bit of grease I can get from this sausage. It doesn't look like it's going to be much of any. And then I also need to get the sausage out of the pan so I can make the gravy. So, you'll excuse me off camera for just a minute while I drain some juice.
We'll look at the biscuits.
Look at the biscuits. Yeah, and as I thought, there's only a few drips of juice coming out. Grease, I should say. It is grease. What?
Gail said, what fire starter did she come into?
Oh, goodness. How you doing, Kel? All right. That's not all the grease I got out of there. Shoot, that's maybe a quarter of a teaspoon. Now, let me get my turner again. And I'll get the sausage out of the pan. Be added back later.
Smack us, you see what happens with overhead lights?
Hello, Smackness. How the heck are you? Glad you could join us. All right. Now, I'm going to just set this pan right there for now. Yeah, okay, that's a good temp. I can get it back on here. Now, I'm going to take that little bit of juice that I have, that little bit of grease, and as you can see, that's not much. Maybe a quarter to a half a, maybe a teaspoon, okay? Maybe a teaspoon and a half, something like that. So I am going to have to add something else in here. So I think I'm going to add shortening. Some of that butter flavored shortening that I added with the biscuits that I cut into those biscuits. And we'll just let that in the pan. Melt a little bit. Save the lid. Again.
Somehow you wiggle that big fly, but you wiggle the camera.
Okay, sorry. I must have been stepping on that down there. All right. You see, it's just about all melted now. Now we're going to make our roux for our gravy. In the meantime, I've got milk in the microwave, and I want to warm it up. And I'll tell you why when I get ready to add it. All right, we got 3 tablespoons of plain flour, all-purpose flour. I'll put that in, and I'll start mixing it with the shortening and grease. And what I'm looking for is a paste. It's going to be kind of a yellowish brown paste. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Look at that. It almost feels like Bob Ross. Let's just not have any happy accidents, okay? We don't want any happy accidents. All right, see what I got going there? A little more liquid than I like, so I think I am going to grab just a little more flour and put it in there. You want to keep this moving as much as you can so it doesn't scorch on the bottom of the pan. So, real quick, I'm going to get me a little more flour and put it in the pan. Because I want to paste. There we go. Get that moving around. Woo! Is that brown color coming up? That's what we're looking for. That like yellowish brown color. Oh yeah, this is getting much better. We got about 35 seconds on our milk, but I'm going to take this off the heat for now and keep it moving until my milk is ready to go in. Ah! Don't start a fire back there again. Ah! Am I still on fire? Okay, good. Okay, I just want to keep this moving because the pan is still hot. I got about 6 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Now, back to the heat. I'm going to take this warmed up milk. I use it warmed up because it mixes with the roux much better. Now, when I pour it in there, it will bubble real quick like this. And then I want to just stir it around until I start seeing these clumps go away. See how thick it's getting this quick. Okay? Getting pretty thick, pretty quick. That's a good thing. That means we get more gravy. All right. A little more warm milk. Whew. Still some on the counter or on the stove. No, don't start a fire back there, Tesla. They've seen the fire bit already. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. Good little gag, though. So, how many people are going to try this? I know we're not done yet, but we're getting close. You see the color of it? Can you tell the color on there at all? Kind of a yellowish. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. All right, more milk. I started out with 3 cups of milk, just like the recipe says, but I'm only putting it in a little bit at a time. And 2 reasons for that. One, it helps me mix the roux mixture, the flour and grease, helps me mix that easier. And 2, I can control how thick and how quick it gets thick. So anyway, there is an ingredient that I forgot to get out. Well, I didn't get enough of it out. Tesla, if you have a minute, could you collect an ingredient for me? Yeah. Okay. Now you can see we're getting a pretty good mixture now. We've got more liquid on the edges than we have in the center, so I'm going to push some of this flour out to the edges, try to soak some of that up. Push some of this liquid into the center, and a little more milk. Thank you, sweetie. Okay. What? She said what? Is that what we're calling this? Pepper? Is that what she said, pepper? I haven't got to the pepper yet, okay? Hang on. Keeping this moving. I'm going to turn this heat down just a little bit. From a medium high down to about a medium. Keeping this moving. You can see I still got lumps. If you want to, you can mash some of those if you want. Just whatever you need to do, but they will cook out eventually. All right, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, if you're having trouble with it, a little more milk might help. Yeah. There we go. Now we're returning. We needed that color in that roux. so that we wouldn't be completely white gravy. Because according to some sources, all white gravy is Alfredo. And that's just not true. Because we've got kind of milk gravy here right now. You haven't a clue. Wasn't really asking. I was just, yeah, you do well at that too. All right, here we go. Oh, here comes the pool noodle. Here comes the pool noodle. Oh, thank goodness. Haven't found where I hit it yet, huh? All right. It's coming together nicely. Okay. We'll bring this back to a boil. Goes. Keep stirring. At this point, I'm looking at it, yeah, it's a little bit thinner than I would like it. However, it will thicken up as it cools. So if you get finished making it and it's not the texture that you want, don't sweat it. Just let it cool for a little bit and see if that helps at all. And it usually does. Let me clean up my milk mess here. And keep my gravy moving. We're just about ready to put the sausage back in. There are still some lumps in here, but when I get that sausage in there and start cooking it with it, those lumps will disappear. They won't be there. You won't taste them individually or anything like that. All right, let's get that sausage in here. Okay, there we go. Plus the little bit of juice and grease that was left in the bottom. And now just move this sausage around. Oh, man. Y'all see why she married me now, don't you? Don't you? It wasn't good looks. Of course, it helped that she's partially blind, but... Oh, we got some gravy going here now. Now, who was asking about the pepper? As if I have to really ask. Who said pepper?
Residual Chaos is allergic to pepper.
Is he? Man, I am
Tell
so...
him smack this here. Ocarina sheep
Want salt? All right. We're going to add, how much salt? 1 teaspoon of salt. Probably a little much, but import all of it. Yeah, about 5.69 grams. If you lean that way.
We tried to get the UK measurements in there.
Yeah.
For y'all, all y'all that don't know.
I'm just not used to those measurements. All right. Oh, look at this gravy thickening up, babe. All right, now, excuse me. We got 2 teaspoons of pepper, but we're going to put it in a little bit at a time. And unfortunately, all I can tell you is you do the salt and pepper to taste, basically. Giving you a starting point with that. But look, see, I'm not putting all that pepper in there yet. I just want to move it around, see how it looks. Now that I'm getting a lot thicker, I'm going to take my burner down to low.
And if the grandkids are here, we use that.
Correct. Oh, okay. If the grandkids are here, we use a little less pepper. Just to keep from burning them up.
I just want more.
He wants more pepper? So do I, Smactus. But before we do that, we got to check it against Tesla standards, okay? We'll pull it off the heat for just a second. Give me a little spoonful. That's pretty good. But it does need more pepper. There's a little more. Look at how that's thickening up. If it thickens up any more than this, I'm gonna grab more milk. Put more milk in it. Like I said before, all that does for you, give you more gravy. Oh shoot, I am gonna put more milk in this. Hey Tesla,
Yes.
could you put me about a cup to a cup and a half of milk into whatever you got to put a cup and a half of milk into?
Cow milk, buttermilk,
Cow milk. Well, it's all cow milk.
all the breed, isn't it?
Well, true.
Cup and a half.
Yeah. And while she's doing that,
These are 10 ounces.
I have another one of these ingredients that doesn't go in the cooking, goes in the cook.
There's about 9 ounces of milk. How about that?
Oh, that's so good. Thank you.
9 ounces.
I'm going to take that 9 ounces of milk, warm it up for just a little bit. Look how thick that gravy's getting. Oh, that is stick to your ribs good right there now. This breakfast will stay with you for a long time during the day.
Yes, Caitlin, I'll hand you a plate.
She asked first, so she gets first taste.
Space Otter would like some too.
Okay. Get in line. Be orderly.
He actually wanted to open a breakfast restaurant when he retired. I told him it was crazy.
Oh, my dear Lord.
Not working that hard.
I had dreams like that, and then I saw a show about nightmares like that, so I decided, when I retire, I'm done. I'm done. Now, this is too thick. About 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I'll have some more milk to put in it. Oh, look at that. All right. Now you can see it's not just white. It's got that brownish yellow roux in it that gives you a nice color. Tesla, if you could get a plate ready, I think we're almost ready to serve this up. Since I added that extra milk in here, though, I mean, look how nice that gravy looks. Since I added that milk in here, I want to bring it back to, heat it up some. Maybe not necessarily a boil. Just bring it back up. Oh, you can see that made of good thickness. Oh, I like that. Oh, man. I wish we had smell-o-vision or something, because my nostrils are going berserk. You're loving the smell of this. Look at that. So you can see those flakes of pepper in there? Yeah. Is that enough pepper there to smack this? I hope so. Now look at that. See, the edges are starting to boil on me. What was that?
All these comments are hilarious.
Okay. I think that gravy is done. So, we could, but I think there would be lawsuits involved. Okay. All right.
Get ready to plate.
I'm getting ready to plate, baby. I'm gonna pull this off the heat completely. Look at the texture, if you will, of that gravy. Does that look good or what? Asking you, Tesla.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah.
You can see it.
Nobody can see it? Can now. Can now. Can now. Can now. Okay. Now, a biscuit. All right. Some people just pour the gravy right over the biscuit like that.
Look at that. You got to slowly hold it up to the camera. Slowly.
It's coming. It's coming. All right. I got that nice biscuit there, okay? Remember those layers when I rolled it out real thin? What? What?
Thank you. We're having biscuits and gravy. Tesla's
Yeah, okay, we'll take that.
Oh.
We'll own that. Okay, now, this is what I want to show you. The reason why I roll them out thin and fold them up like that, and I know, I'm sorry, this is probably a bad description for cooking, but like you're booking wallpaper, okay, if you've ever done that.
puff pastry.
Huh?
Or puff
Or
pastry.
puff pastry, yeah, yeah. But I do that because it makes layers in these, and all you have to do is exert just a little bit of pressure and watch that bad boy just come apart. Ooh. Now, that's almost complete. What it needs is another biscuit. Ooh, look at that. See those layers that we made? Isn't that neat? I like making those layers. Oh, that's kind of out of
I need
place.
to taste that.
Oh.
Maybe off a piece of that.
Break me off a piece of that big fat bar. Okay,
God, it melts in your mouth.
those biscuits are done. And let me plug our buddy just a little bit. They're not scones. They are not scones. You have nothing like this. Okay. All right. Let me get back into my gravy here. You got to keep your gravy stirred, or it gets a little skin over the top. But what's this? What's this? Spoonful for each biscuit. Oh, look at that. Oh, there we go. There we go. Now, the only thing that would make that better is if I had a couple of fried eggs over easy sitting on top of it. Now, I know some people don't like that kind of thing, but oh man, that would be so good. What do y'all think? Biscuits? Biscuits and gravy, Southern style. A little closer.
Oh, see the pepper?
Oh, yeah. How long did that take, Tesla?
An hour and 8 minutes.
An hour and 8 minutes. Wow, not bad, not bad. If you can eat like that in an hour and 8 minutes, woo, it's worth it. It's worth it. What? What?
How dare you do this to me?
Happy birthday.
Loving it.
Okay. All right. That is pretty much all I had. Oh no, I guess I gotta taste it, don't I? Since nobody else can, I'll taste it. Here we go. Oh my gosh. The only problem is you'd be able to stop me at just one taste. Oh, good. Plenty of biscuit, and some sausage, and that gravy. Forgive me, I didn't shave. Oh, as we say down here in South, that dog will hunt. Okay? What?
The audacity, just teasing us like that.
I told you I couldn't stop at one bite.
There will be some in 16 hours, yeah.
Would you like a bite, Tessa?
I would love to find it, but I'm not coming over there.
All right. I can Tesla this bite. How'd I do? Oh, she's moaning. It must be good. It must be good. And that, my friend, is sausage, gravy, and biscuits. Now, you'll notice, as this cools down, it's getting much thicker. Again, like I said, this is a good thing. We can take all this extra, put it in the refrigerator, and tomorrow take some out and actually add more milk to it.
It is good just by the spoon.
She's not lying. I have actually caught her eating the sausage gravy
Like it's pudding.
like it's pudding.
Like it's American.
Like it's American pudding. Yeah. All right. Once again, those recipes with ingredients are on Discord.
Yours and mine.
Yep. Tesla's and Mr. Tesla's.
And you should be able to get in there. I don't know if I have say yes or whatever.
Yeah, if you have any problem getting in there, if you want the recipe and you have problem getting in there, we'll get you in there, or you can hit us up when you catch us in a stream, and we'll figure out a way to send it to you. But that's one of my favorite recipes, sausage gravy and biscuits.
And I have my, it's going to be on the Tesluh's Journey YouTube channel. So I can only put like 15-minute things on it.
Yeah. If y'all enjoyed this cooking stream, let us know. We'll set up something to do this more often, to do this again.
Will we?
Yes, we will.
This was 2 days of pain, agony, and tears.
Yeah, but now we know how to do it. So now it'll only be 1 day of pain, agony, and tears.
Okay.
Okay, one more bite.
There we go. Let's go back to the picture. You are very welcome, Deborah. Very much enjoyed it.
I thank y'all for being in here. We enjoyed having y'all here. I love that little emote.
I know. It's great.
All right.
Thank you so much. We will pop it on over. And I might have to have a little bit of that moonshine after this.
Just relax a little bit. Much love to you too, Smacked. Thanks for coming in.
So I hope
Residual Chaos, happy birthday. Simhead, thank you for coming in. Horse Kel, great to see you. Kaylin 113. If you're really good, one day I might make this in person. You never know. You never know.
Cookies are captain food and Tollers. Thank you so much for the follows. And Chaos, thank you so much again for this the raid. And have a happy birthday. We didn't mean to torture you for your birthday. Soupy caught the end. Oh, okay.
Oh no, we have a VOD. We have a VOD.
We'll have the VOD. Then the entire VOD is going to be popped onto a YouTube channel. And the ingredient list in UK amounts also will be in mine and MrTessluh's Discords. So, I don't know if I'm supposed to send invites or you're supposed to, I don't know how that works. Everybody, if you're in my Discord, invite everybody else. So we can figure that out.
And I'm just curious, they're hearing you okay through my microphone?
Well, when you're standing next to me,
Well, yeah.
who knows what they're hearing?
Who knows what they're hearing? They're just looking at the gravy, drooling.
Yeah, this is a dodgy biscuit.
Doggy biscuits.
Hold that plate up to the camera. Loud and clear. Okay.
How's that?
That's soupy.
Look at
Closer.
that soupy.
Closer.
We started with these biscuits, and we covered them with that awesome gravy. There's the leftovers. We're going to be eating biscuits and gravy for a couple of hours.
Oh, gee. Real biscuit soupy. Show Soupy what a biscuit is.
Show Soupy what a biscuit is. A biscuit, an American biscuit, is basically this.
Caitlin said show them the way they layer.
The way they layer? Okay, the way I rolled them out and everything, I make them layer so that you don't need a knife to cut them or anything like that. You just put a little pressure and that bad boy just comes right apart. Just like that.
Oh, God.
And you can put, oh God, you can put anything on these. Apple butter. We've got some honey apple butter in the refrigerator. That ought to be really good on this. Some jam. Your favorite jam, my favorite is blackberry.
Apricot preserves.
Apricot preserves for
Honey.
Tesluh. Honey, oh yeah, just straight up honey is good. As a matter of fact, we made a biscuit just for honey. It was our last one. It usually looks a little deformed, but you can see, even still, it's nice inside, but it holds together a little bit more than the other, and you can dip that in honey and just, yeah. Yeah.
Someone says this is goddamn food porn.
We should have had porn music going. Oh,
Apple
Lord.
butter.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got leftovers, so if anybody out there wants to come over for leftovers, come on. We can't tell you where our house is, but come on.
It's caramel.
Caramel apple butter. I'm sorry, not honey, it's
The
caramel.
neighbors brought it for Christmas, so.
Yeah, it's pretty good too. All right, another bite. That's a big bite. Not maybe we'll talk for a minute. Not sorry.
We have neighbors that cook very, very well.
So, what do we do now?
What do we do now?
Yeah.
Well, can't do it on stream. That's a term service violation, so.
Well, I didn't know brushing your teeth would be a
It
service
is,
violation.
it totally is. I guess we find somebody to raid.
Holy hell, thank you so much for offering to come to my funeral. I mean, she's going to let me live, though.
Let's see, let's come over here.
Oh, well, she can't figure out how to end the stream, so we're just going to stay on here for the rest of our lives.
Figure it out.
Okay, while you figure it out, one more bite. Y'all ever have breakfast for the late evening meal? I like doing that. When I was in the service, they had what they called midnight mess. They made every imaginable breakfast food on demand. And I went in and ate it all.
All right.
Smack, I think you're right. Breakfast is better at night. Oh, poor girl.
We're going to raid Donna. Why not?
All right.
If any of you, everybody should know Donna. If not, she is so much fun. Throwing
Don't bring
marbles.
your minors.
That's right.
Just kidding.
Well, this is not a minor channel.
Right, right.
Not a family-friendly streamer. That's just food. All right, we're gonna raid. I still don't have it. It's on my list of things to do, is to do a raid thing. This is a different PC than what I normally stream on, so this OBS setup is totally different than what I'm used to. That's perfect, Kaylin. Test raid. There we go. Let's raid Donna. Tell her we ate good food.
Well, some of us do.
Well, some of us.
Sorry, guys.
Love you guys.
Y'all have a good one. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed it. Let us know if you did. We'll do another one. Different subject next time.
Well, we might have to do pudding. Bye, Deborah. Good night. Have fun tomorrow at work. Bye.